20 years ago, we thought the future with vehicles was so bright and so cool, but now it's just depressing.
That motherfucker right there is a gas guzzler.
Just got it washed.
Fuck the Tesla!
Brother, this car only got 3,000 miles.
Millions of Americans are returning their brand new cars, and everyone knows why.
20 years ago, we were promised the perfect future of driving cars that would be smarter, more reliable, and cheaper to own. Instead, many drivers feel they've been sold expensive headaches on four wheels. Breakdowns, costly repairs, and rapid depreciation have turned the dream into a financial nightmare. That's why some owners now say leasing was the smartest decision they ever made, because when the problems start, they can simply hand the keys back.
I really shouldn't be too surprised by this, but it's one of those things I gotta ask. So I drive a 2025 Chevy Trailblazer, not by choice. I would never ever recommend getting one of these cars. It sucks, it's a piece of shit, and I just don't like newer cars. There's just way too much tech into them and just more problems to happen. Anyways, had an engine light come on the other day, stayed on all day, then eventually went off. I was like, okay. And then came on yesterday, had cruise control on, and then it turned the cruise control off on its own, like, what the hell? And it was off today, took it in, it ended up being, it's a speed sensor that's going bad in it. And so I'll take it to the dealership next week and get that fixed. But my thing is, with all the tech that's in these cars now, you would think when an engine light comes on, it would tell you right on the dashboard, self-diagnostic, hey, here's what's going on, here's the issue, this is why your engine light is on. But no, you still got to take it in for them to check it and all that shit. Maybe they have that option in the other cars, maybe more expensive cars, I'm not sure. But I don't know why you couldn't just do that in something like this, just put on the screen why the engine light's on. But anyways, yeah, that'll be fun to get fixed.
I don't know if it's Honda, but y'all make y'all windshields so fucking cheaply made. Like, I had a fucking 2007 fucking Honda, and you know how many rocks hit my fucking window, and the shit never cracked, but if it did, it never spared it. This is a 2021, y'all. This shit started from that little ass crack right there, if I can see that. Now this shit spread it all over my fucking window. Like, Honda, y'all making these cars so motherfucking cheap. Y'all gotta do better, man.
So now Ford and GM are saying they don't want us to work on their vehicles? Good. We don't want to work on their junk anyway. So if you haven't heard yet, the suits from GM and Ford went and met with President Trump last week, and they tried to get him to introduce a bill that prevents guys like me and you from working on their cars. Basically, they're wanting to restrict the Right to Repair Act because the software they're putting in their new cars is dangerous when it's in the hands of the public. But let me tell you what's really going on. You see, when Ford builds and sells a truck like this, they don't make very much off the sale of the truck. I mean, the dealership gets a piece of it, the salesman, a whole lot of people get a piece of the action, so Ford doesn't have much meat left on the bone. So what do? Well, they try to make it up with repairs in the dealership and by selling parts for their crappy car. And nobody likes going to the dealership to get their cars repaired anymore because they overcharge, they don't tell you the truth, and they upsell everything. But this way, they could force you to go to the dealership so they could get the money for the repairs. You see, it's no secret that vehicles Ford and GM have been making aren't as good as the ones that they used to make. And is this on purpose? I think so. I mean, what other reason would Ford have to put a plastic transmission pan on a nicely designed 10-speed transmission? The answer's simple. They're under-designing them in the factory and then making you pay for the repairs later on so they can make more money. And now what they're trying to do is restrict the information so you and me can't repair it, and you gotta take it to the dealership to get it fixed. And Ford's not alone in this either. GM is making crap too. I mean, their 8-speed transmissions paired up to the 6.2 liter, practically the worst powertrain you can buy right now. And even if you do take it to the dealership, they probably won't even have the parts to repair it right on site. You'll have to wait a few weeks, maybe even months. I've been trying to tell y'all these companies are doing this stuff, and now they're just being completely open about it. It's like they don't even care anymore. They're burning junkyards, building junk, and forcing you to go to them just so you could fix it. It's crazy. 20 years ago, we thought the future with vehicles was so bright and so cool, but now it's just depressing. And the only thing I know to do is just keep working and building these old vehicles, which I truly love to do. And that is what I'm going to concentrate on now. Like this dune buggy. I'm gonna put a 200 horsepower Honda engine in it and make it the most baddest thing on the internet.
Imagine buying a brand new vehicle, only to discover it left the factory with a serious defect. Even worse, this doesn't appear to be an isolated case. Owner forums are filling up with reports of the exact same failure, raising one alarming question: is this a manufacturing mistake or a much bigger problem?
If there ain't one thing I did in my life that was financially smart to me, that was leasing my fucking vehicles. That motherfucker right there is a gas guzzler and lost so much value. Now, I don't care if you jump in the comments talking about, oh, the miles. I don't give a fuck about the miles. What is it, like 10 cents for every mile you go over? That does not matter to me. What matters is I can give this bitch back without having to roll over negative equity or bring some money to the table just to close the deal. I don't want to do it. Now, what you gonna catch me in on the daily when I'm by myself without them kids? Exhibit A. Oh, Rusty Dusty? Boy, she's solid. We'll be riding too.
Espérame. Open the door.
Es el starter que se quiere quedar pegado.
A ver, yo sabía.
Se quedó pegado el starter. Yo por eso no quería agarrar uno de estos. ¿Te acuerdas que decía que no?
Regresala ahorita.
The dealer denied the warranty on this 2024 Cummins. Here's some of the story and the details on this. So this is a 2024 in a 5500 truck that had the flex plate break on it. The flex plate goes to the back of the engine here, and it was broken, which is unusual on such a new truck, but it was. They replaced it. 2,000 miles later, it broke again. Why the crap did that happen? So they replaced it again, and then here's where it gets really interesting and really bad. 1,000 miles later, this broke. All the bolts were broken. A few we were able to just get out by hand, but then the front of the crank snout is broken, and this dowel is broken. It got so bad that it cracked the edge of the timing cover, and then it broke these bolts as well. Extremely unusual, and usually something like this happens when the harmonic balancer is removed and then not put back on properly or loose. Usually this happens because something was left loose. Now, who left it loose, why it was left loose, was it even taken off? Those details we don't have. We just have the carnage here that happened. But this is a very unusual failure that has cost this customer a ton of money after being at 3 dealerships.
Turn it. Brother, this car only got 3,000 miles.
All right, anybody that has a GMC Yukon Denali, a Tahoe, an Escalade that has a 6.2 liter motor in it, or a Silverado, you know the issues that are affected. Every truck from 2021 to 2024 and now to 2026s have a problem. So what happened was GM produced this engine, and these engines, what's happening now is they're losing power. So I don't know if you've been following my page for a while. A couple months ago, I was on the road. I get off on an off ramp, and all of a sudden, I just lose power. The truck just dies on me, right? There's no engine power, nothing, whatever, no. So the truck obviously got towed to the dealer, ended up getting another truck. Next thing you know, guess what's happening? They're losing power. Like you feel a flutter. You feel like the trucks are losing. So GM actually had a fix, right? What they said was, okay, some trucks, they could change the oil and put thicker oil in it. And that should be the fix. And then some trucks came in, they did a test to them, and they replaced the engines in them, and they gave them a warranty. They backdated the warranty from the beginning of, like, first in-service date to 150,000 miles. Now, plus they got the engine. So we thought that's the fix, right? We figured, okay, you're going to get a new engine. It's all done. Well, guess what's happening? The new engines are acting up too. The one that General Motors are putting in, they are now being faulty. And on top of that, now what happened is this thing is starting to go. Let me show you right here. Hold on one second. So now in these newer trucks, they got rid of the old transmission that used to be here. The gear shift is gone, okay? Now they put a push-button transmission in it, and the push-button transmissions are locking up. So what's happening is you can be driving, and your rear wheels are going to lock up on the car, and that's it. So what they did was they came out with a new recall, where they're recalling the transmission. But instead of fixing it, They're putting a monitoring system in it, and what the monitor does is it tells you that in 5,000 miles, your transmission is going to go and your wheels are going to lock up, so go see a dealer. There's no fix to it, okay? Even though General Motors says there's a fix, there's no fix. So what do all these people do? At this point, there are almost 1 million trucks on the road that have this issue. And it's getting worse by the day because there's more cars on the road that are having this issue. And just when you think they fixed it, they didn't fix it. GM has a major problem. They're being investigated now, and there's class action lawsuits. This only affects the 6.2 L87 motor. So if you got the other 5.7 motor, you're okay. So if you got the Suburban or a Tahoe with the smaller motor, you're okay. But if you got a Denali, you got an Escalade, or you got a Suburban like High Country with the thing, you got a problem. I want to hear, did you have any issues with this? Because I want to hear your horror stories. Because I know what I was on an off-ramp, and it just died on an off-ramp.
Imagine driving a brand new Duramax off the lot, then having to ask the internet how to fill the DEF tank because the filler appears completely blocked. For a truck fresh from the dealership, that's not exactly the confidence owners were expecting.
Oh my god, I can't even speak. Oh my god, I can't even swallow it anyway. I know I just posted a video about how good this car is. I love the Tesla, you know. Fuck the Tesla. I miss my Camry. I don't even have anywhere to put my freaking phone at in this car. This car sucks. If you went on TikTok talking about, oh my god, I love my Tesla, it's the best car ever, you're a liar. But honestly, I think Toyota screwed me over, like, because I don't live 40 miles from my freaking job. I live like max 20 miles. Tell me how I wasted 40 freaking miles. With how often I have to charge is the same shit as putting gas. So yeah, anyone want to buy a Tesla, please? Please buy this Tesla off me. Like literally, I hate this car. Like who convinced me that a Tesla is better than a freaking Camry? Who? Because you're wrong. This car sucks. It sucks. And honestly, I was trying to gaslight myself and make myself feel like this is like the best car ever just because I really wanted it. And it's like so pretty looking. But it's so bad. Like, I don't understand. Like, who genuinely likes their Tesla? What?
On today's episode of It's Silly to Buy Luxury, that BMW has a turbo inline 6, so does the Mazda, but it does produce a little bit less power. These are both pretty much the same size. When it comes to interior features, the BMW does have a little bit more than the Mazda, but we're talking about minor stuff like more seat adjustments, more speakers for the sound system. And yet, this BMW is $102,000 and the Mazda's $55,000. So is that BMW really worth 2x more? Comment down below.
And here's a video showing.
Ever since I've gotten this car in December, right? This is the 4th, 5th time I've been in the mechanic. Once I'm gonna fix this car and then I'm just gonna sell it. It's okay, the car's not worth it though. Boy, it's not worth it. Get yourself a Honda Civic. Get yourself a Honda Jazz. Get yourself, what's the other one? Polo, maybe, I don't know. Just don't get the BMW.
So I have this Duramax right here. It's brand new off the lot. I go to fill up the DEF because the computer's reading empty, and I try to do it, and it's just rubber. This is all rubber. How do I fill up the DEF? And I thought it would say diesel on it, but it doesn't. Can anyone let me know why I can't put DEF in my truck?
Brand new Duramax off the lot, and the DEF filler is just rubber. He has to ask the internet how to fill it.
We keep trying to tell you guys about these newer diesel trucks. It doesn't matter if you have a Ram, a Chevy, GMC, Ford. It does not matter what mileage you have. This is a common issue that a lot of guys are experiencing. This truck showed up on a trailer from Dallas, 4 to 5 hours away. And as you can see, completely handicapped. 98 miles until 65 miles an hour max speed. Check engine light, service DEF system. This truck is completely handicapped. And as we mentioned to you guys, this can be prevented. So this customer had it trailered over here to get it done the right way. We're gonna be able to get it knocked out. Thankfully, it made it here safe and sound, but this can be prevented.
I just got it washed too. All right. Do it one more time for them to know that. Try to crank it one more time. Shut up. piece of junk.
Brand new truck, only has 9,000 fucking miles. What a fucking shit.
The fuck is that? Don't buy a GM.
And engine light came on, and I just lost all of my forward propulsion.
This is second engine.
I addressed his recall and rebuilt his engine, and I had to coast into this side road, and when I tried to start the truck...
Fuck no. GM done made the engine so bad, they can't even fix this shit. If you buy one of these GMs with a V8 in the ride, your ass fitting to be stranded on the side. That's the Silverado, the Tahoe, the Yukon, the Escalade. I probably wouldn't buy no fucking GM at this point. Somebody need to talk to the GM over at GM. I hate to be him. If you'll buy this hoe, let me know below. I'm not buying no truck with no engine they can't even fix. Lately, it seems like every manufacturer is making trash trucks.
Just 9,000 miles, and it's already on its second engine. A six-figure GM truck sitting broken with no real fix in sight. It's no surprise more buyers are deciding they've had enough.
The car is on right now. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to take my key out, and then I'm going to see if it's going to start again. And it shuts off. Ain't that some shit?
Have you ever wondered why a brand new Mercedes interior creaks like a 35-year-old wooden boat? I'll tell you why. Yep, that's right. Lexus is to blame for that. You see, back in the 1990s, Lexus burst onto the US market with the LS400, a cut-price but very capable luxury sedan aimed at dethroning the W124 Mercedes as the ultimate luxury executive segment car. And it worked. People flocked to it instantly, which gave Mercedes a bit of a panic. This made Mercedes switch up their model from building ruggedly dependable, engineered cars to cars built to a price. And it showed with cars like the infamously rusty W210, the absurd W220 S-Class with all of its electrical faults, and the horrific Mercedes ML. I mean, what is that? Why? Just why? The sad fact is that competition from Lexus forced them to move their entire product range downwards. A 1980s E-Class costs about $120,000 in today's money, whereas today's E-Class is still only $65,000. No wonder the interiors creak and feel very cheap. So, the next time you're sitting in your fancy S-Class and you go and press a button and it goes... You know who to blame. Yep.
And these are some of the models that were iconic years ago that we thought were bulletproof, and now this is what's replacing them. I don't care if it's Hyundai or Kia or Honda or Ford or Chevy or Dodge. All the offerings they have in 2018, 19, 20, 23, they're getting to be junk. I've talked to some of my friends, Cameron from DC Motor Works, or even Johnny the Car Ninja, and how we frequently talk about how the newer cars, Mercedes, Audi, it doesn't matter the brand. They're garbage. They're absolute garbage. There are so many plastic parts on them, and the engines are designed basically to fail. They're making the timing chains, the turbos, the parts, all the different things on it. They tweak it with their engineering to say this will last 100,000 miles. That's good. We don't need to go any further. We don't put another dime into it because the CEOs need their $50 million bonus at the end of the year, and we don't dare cut into that. That's kind of what's going on, I think. Maximum profit. They built you a car, yes it runs, yes it drives. Will it be around in 30 years? Hell no. They don't want it to be around in 30 years. They want you to buy another new car. Let's take a look at the list of what was found wrong with this. Then we'll take a look around it, get it on the lift, and kind of verify what they were saying. We're also going to talk about under the hood of this car, some of the problems they're having. So she mentions she's hearing some clunks on this thing.
Dude, my freaking car, it is broke.
The worst financial mistake I've ever made, I'll be
honest with you guys, is this car that I'm currently driving. And it's not the car itself. Like, I literally love this car. I can't imagine myself driving anything else. It's the fact that I have car payments, which is so stupid. It literally makes me sick thinking about it. I wish we would have just waited like a year and maybe saved up like $20,000 in cash and bought a used car, because purchasing a brand new car was so dumb. Not only did it lose value like the second we drove it off the lot, but now we're paying interest payments on top of that. And this car is already 2 years old. Like, it was only brand new for like 5 minutes, so might as well have bought a used car. But at least I learned that lesson in my early 20s so that I never do that again in my life.
If I'm getting this right, so there are now laws against fixing your own vehicle. Manufacturers are now blocking the data needed for you to repair your vehicle. There's quite literally a repair act happening. It prevents the manufacturers from controlling the data needed that you would need in order to fix your vehicle. So what does that mean? That means if you are mechanically inclined, you are no longer allowed to fix your own vehicle. You would have to return to the manufacturer in order to have your vehicle repaired. So the small guys, like small town body shops, if you're mechanically inclined and you know how to fix whatever in your vehicle, you can't do that anymore because now they're blocking the data so that you cannot do it. In insurance, there's something called anti-steering laws, which means that if your vehicle is damaged in an accident or something, an insurance company cannot tell you you have to take your vehicle to body shop A in order to have it repaired. They cannot tell you that. You are able to take it to body shop A, B, or C. What they can say is that if you don't take it to body shop A, we can't guarantee the results because they have contracts in place and all of those things, but they can't say we're not going to cover your claim because you brought it to wherever you wanted. That's called an anti-steering law. Those are in place for a reason, but I need to know how this is any different. The anti-steering law is essentially who can fix my car. The Repair Act is blocking your ability to get the data from your vehicle so that you can make the repairs. In what world is this the land of the free and you're not even able to fix your...
And that's the biggest warning of all. As modern cars become more software-driven, owners may have less control over the very vehicles they paid for. When access to essential systems is restricted, repairing your own car becomes increasingly difficult. Is this really the future of driving? Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more.